Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I see now, I think I'm up to 8 subscribers. This is so exciting. That's 7 more subscribers than the last video. But yeah, I'm back and I'm sure you can see it's like a whole new table and the lighting is probably a little bit different, and that is because I have officially moved back to America. I literally got back yesterday morning. So I'm still a little jet lag and I'm not doing the best, but you know what? I had to get this done. This is something that makes me calm. So I thought, what better day than today? And you can see I did get my nails. Aren't they so cute? They're just stick-ons that I got in Korea, but they're so cute, aren't they? But anyways, okay, so we are back. And so let me explain kind of what this video is going to be. So over here, you can see the dates, August 21st to August 31st. I'm actually filming this August 21st. So this is because I am getting a little bit money into my American bank account. I'm just transferring some over in order to just have some something like an income. But you're gonna see how I kind of set up my budget as though I'm getting a paycheck. And hopefully by September 1st, I'm able to have another paycheck come in. So that will be kind of like more of a start of a more normal routine with budgeting. But yeah. So real quickly, right now in my American bank account, I have $728. This right now seems low, but remember, all of my money is in my Korean bank account. I just haven't transferred it over yet, so don't worry, I do have money. But that is also something I wanted to bring up. So over here, I put my Korean bank account and I left it blank, only because right now it's all still in Korean won, if that makes sense. So I just haven't converted it over to my American bank account yet, so I'm not really including that. However, maybe later on I will include it. Most of it is just gonna be like savings and stuff that I would put towards savings, but because the exchange rate is not the best right now, I've kind of been leaving it blank. But let me know in the comments, do you want me to include that in future videos? I can, and I can just do the conversion for you to American dollars, but for now I'm just leaving it blank. But let me know if in the future you do want that. So like I mentioned, today I'm going to be doing an income that I have, and let me explain each one. Also, I have not set up my online budget yet, so right now I'm still using my paper budgeting. This is normally what I would do, but then I would insert it into my online budget so I can like update it as soon as I make a payment type thing. But for now, I'm just sticking to the paper one until I have time to do that. Like I mentioned, I literally just got home yesterday. But yeah, also you can see this is my rough draft. I'm just using the next page. Remember when I did this in the last video? But anyways, let's go over that. So my income, yes, this is going to be $352. However, I also then got $40 so I haven't been home for many Christmases. So my mom's been saving all of my cards, and I actually had $40 literally from my cards. So I'm including that in the income. And then I believe I have one more income. Yes, I should be getting one more income because of something that my bank did. They took out the money and they should be refunding me this for it. I have yet to get it back, but I'm going to include it because that will be in my bank account soon again. But for right now, this is my current income, and we will go through that in a second, but let me add it up. I could do this in my head, but I just want to use my calculator. Like I mentioned, I love my calculator. 352 plus 40 plus 45 equals 437. 437 $437 we're going to be budgeting in this pay period, pretty much. However, so over here you can see this is my current bank account. Most of this will be going into my sinking funds, but for right now, I just want to budget what I have coming in and treating that as though it's a paycheck. So we're just going to work as we go. So this pay period, specifically the August 21st, August 31st, I'm not paying rent. So right now, I'm not going to put anything into my rent. So we're all set with that. Next, phone. I actually just paid this yesterday, so I'm not including that because I literally got home, got off the plane, went back home, and I went to go get my phone plan fixed. So I don't have to budget that right now, but in the future, it will be about $53 every single month. I just went with the first plan I found. I thought that'd be good, but for this pay period, I'm not budgeting it. That will be probably next budgeting. Car, I don't have a car and I'm not planning to get one this month, so not. I don't know about health insurance, so I'm going to come back to this for now. But we're going to actually go down to food/cafes. So in this pay period, I'm not sure how much I'm going to go out because I'm still adjusting and I don't feel the best. Maybe I'll get into that in another video, but I don't feel like I'm going to be going out much. So what I'm going to do is I have 437. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to round this down and make it even. So minus 37. You'll see I like even like numbers that are like rounded out perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put, oh, fun. I got mixed up with the F's. So I'm going to put $37 in to my food. And we're just going to keep it. Now I have $400 left to budget. Over here, I am not going to be paying for gas. Cafes, again, there's so many new cafes that have opened up in my town. I am from a very small town that literally had none of this when I left for Korea, and I came back and it's almost like a little city. It's crazy, but I do want to go to some cafes, so I'm going to budget about $50 for that. I don't know if I'm going to use it. Normally, if I don't spend this money, I will put it into my sinking funds later at the end. Whoa. Sorry. Ah! Okay. Don't mind me. I'm using a whole new, what's this called? Tripod. I haven't gotten a good one yet, and it just slid off the table, so bear with me. I feel like that's my favorite saying in this whole thing, but yeah. I'm going to put $50 towards cafes. Like I was saying, if I don't use this at the end of a pay period, I'll like put it into my savings, the leftover, because monthly I don't continuously save, but this I do, so I'll move this down here after. Over here, Korean class, I am not going to be putting anything towards my Korean class because I'm not going to be taking any Korean classes this month. I just got back, don't really want to do that right now. But next, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put $25 into my, can you see that? Yep, I'm only going to put $25 into my fun account. Again, I'm just adjusting. I don't really want to go out, and most of the stuff I want to do is free. So just $25. Right now, we're still at $325 left over, which leads me to buffer. Usually I put this at the end. I don't know why this is here. But yeah, I'm thinking, again, I don't expect myself to go out much this time, but I like to always put like about $15 in. So let's put $15 into this. Okay, and so this leaves me with medical and Apple Music. I'm going to skip over to Apple Music because right now this is still coming out of my Korean bank account, so I'm not including that in the current budget. This is still something I budget for, but again, it's in my Korean bank account. You'll have to let me know if that's something you want to see later. Medical, so what I'm thinking, I don't know, again, I'm just getting into this. I'm thinking I'm going to put, I feel like my mom would end up helping me buy medical stuff, so I'm not going to put that much in. So it's going to be treated like a savings, and if I don't use it, I'll put it down here. But just in case, it's better to be safe than sorry. So I'm going to put $10 into my medical. And that leaves me with $300. I'm going to go to health insurance. Again, I have not bought health insurance. I have to do that so soon. I don't know how much that's going to cost. So when I am unsure of a payment, and I don't have to really worry about like finances too extreme right now, what I'll do is I will just pretty much divide this by 2. So I'll just put $150 into health insurance. This could be more, this could be less, who knows? I still don't know much about health insurance. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to include it here and just have it like this. And if I don't use that, it'll go down here. If I do use that, maybe I'll take some from down here. So that leaves me with $150 left over. So what I do now is I will take $728 So normally I would not do this. This is because it is currently as though I'm budgeting first, like the first of everything. So normally I would leave this out and just write 150, and then I would budget the rest of this 150. I would put that down here. But because I'm kind of doing all of this right now first, I'm just going to combine them together. And I'm going to add 150. And this will equal $728. Okay, so that is $878 I have left to budget. Okay, that's not too bad. So now I'm gonna go down here, and like I said in my previous video, I like to separate some of these, and I like to, what's it called? I like to kind of plan them out throughout the year, but again, I haven't really gotten to that yet. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna completely separate this throughout my like budgeting, and I'll kind of deal with that maybe in the next video when I'm more settled down here and everything. But so 878. So first, what I like to do is, what is my like most important stuff, if that's what you would call it, like the things that I really want to put my most money to, or stuff that I know is going to be due. That will be loans. So I'm actually going to go right down here, and I'm going to budget for loans. Right now, again, I don't know why my interest has not like kicked in yet, but I'm sure it will. But for now, I've just been paying $100 every month. So I'm going to put 100 down here. Again, normally this would be a little bit different, and my video today will be probably kind of short because it's not like super intense, but normally I would be like adding this to past like stuff, because like I said, sinking funds will be added every single month, the exact like, well, how do I phrase this? Like this money will continue to grow. But for right now, since I'm just putting it all in first, it's just going to look like I'm just budgeting it as normal. Normally, this will be a lot more complicated, and you will see in future videos how I budget. But for now, we're just going to stick with this, okay? All right, so that leaves me with $778. I think you can see. Yes. Okay, so what I'm also going to cross out right now is joint account. So right now, I do actually have money that I have to send over to this joint account. But this is, again, all in my Korean bank account. And the pay period that me and my boyfriend decided about is not in this pay period. So I don't really need to worry about it. So in that case, I am just going to mark it out. But normally this would be budgeted. It will probably be budgeted in the next pay period. So now what I like to do is, let me just separate this how I feel most relevant. So eventually I will be paying rent. Hopefully, maybe not next month. I don't know. But this is going to probably be the number one thing that I will be paying. And because I didn't have to pay this month, I can start saving for the next month. But this month, I'm only going to really, because again, I'm still discussing it. I'm going to only put 150 just so I can kind of add stuff to everything else. So I'm going to put 150 into my advance rent. So that means next month or next pay period when I budget for rent, I will not have to budget an extra $150, if that makes sense. So if I pay $500 in rent, I'll actually be able to subtract that from the, 150 from that. So that leaves me with 628. So like I said, I like to have an even amount. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put trips. I love trips. Like I said, I always feel like you should be able to take trips. So I'm going to make this an even amount. And I'm just going to subtract $28. Whoa. I don't know what I did. Like I said, I can't talk at the same time of writing. So I believe it was 628. I'll check after. Minus 28. There we go. There we go. So it should be 600. Let me check real quick, actually. So it was 878. 878. Minus 100, minus 150. Oh, geez. Oh my gosh. Like I said, I can't do this. 878. I'm not used to American dollars. Okay. Minus 100. Minus 150 equals. Yes, I was right. Okay. Minus 28. There we go. That leaves me with $600 to budget. And so I put 28 towards here just to make it even. And this will eventually grow because I don't think I'm going on any trips this month. So where does that leave us? So now what I like to do is either I like to do like the small ones that I don't really need to save much for, and kind of even this down. Even this down? Oh my gosh. Sometimes you're going to notice, even I don't know English apparently. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm also getting so distracted. Did my nail come off? Nope. Okay. Deal with me. Bear with me. There we go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take gifts, Christmas, and birthday. I'm going to kind of combine them. So that's 3. What I like to do is, what's an even number that I can divide by 3? Or like a number that I can divide by 3, and that is 21. And so what I'm thinking is I'm going to put $7 here, $7 here, and $7 here. So that equals 21 minus 21. And that leaves me with $579 left. Yeah, I kind of like to combine these together, and I separate them kind of in that sense. I always put about the same in there. So that leaves me with $579. Something else that I don't expect much to be paying for is self-care and clothing. And what I'm going to do is, just to kind of start the saving process with this, I'm going to put $10 into each. And don't mind this line. Like I said, I accidentally drew on it last time. $10 and $10. So 10 equals minus 10 equals 559 left. And see, I'm able to now budget more of like the bigger things that I like to save for. Also, I don't know if you can hear it while talking. I'm still a little jet lagged, and I've noticed that when I'm super tired, I just can't make sentences correctly. Like yesterday I was with my mom and she was like talking to me and I just couldn't even get sentences to come out. So that's something I'm kind of still dealing with. So if I'm not making sense in this video, I'm so sorry, because I do think I've been awake for almost 12 hours now. Who knows at this point? But anywho, bear with me as always. And the whole YouTube thing, who knows? Again, I'm used to doing this in my head, so I'm like, okay, put this here, done. Put this here, but I'm kind of trying to explain it. But anyways, let's go down here. So medical and so my medical one and emergency, I'm gonna kind of combine, and I like to always have a little bit more in these accounts. So I'm gonna put 20 here, and I'm gonna put 20 here, and so that's 40. So minus 20 equals minus 20 equals, and that leaves me with $519 left to budget. Yeah, these I kind of combined because to me is normally an emergency is a medical emergency, so I kind of combine those. Not really, but separate and do even amounts. So they're usually about the same amount. And so let's even this out again. And what can I even out? I think for me, because right now, like the future wedding is so far in the future that I think I'm going to put it into our future. And I'm just going to put $19 here to even it out. So that leaves me with $500. And now let's see how many I have left. I have savings. That's 1. Wedding, 2. 6-month trip, 3. Let me confirm that. I'm half asleep. 1, 2, 3. Yes, so 3. So to me, right now, these are all pretty much equally important to the savings, because for me, the biggest thing I'm saving for is eventually when we have a wedding / maybe a house. But again, we don't know where we're living, which country yet. So I'm not really saving towards that. But I think our future is more like saving for a house, and hopefully I'll be able to put more money in the next paycheck. But for right now, I'm kind of treating the wedding and savings as one rather than like our future and savings as one. So savings, wedding are pretty equal to me. So I want to put about the same amount in this. But then I have my 6-month trip. So my 6-month trip, again, I will do this during my next paycheck, because during that next pay period, it will become more kind of like a schedule. And when it becomes a schedule, I will show you what I'm trying to get at is like gifts, Christmas, birthday, 6-month trip, all have a due date. And by that due date, I have to have a certain amount. So each month it will have about the same amount of money going in every month. So right now you're not seeing that because this is just random money that I got. So it's not really like a paycheck that I know how much I'm going to put every single month. but normally they will have about the same amount of money going in every month, which is what I probably will get in next video, okay? So right now we're not gonna deal with that, but what I wanna put into my 6-month trip, just to like almost, how do I explain this as a person that is currently super tired? Okay, so for example, let's say I wanna have about $5,000 for the 6-month trip. What I would do is each month I would divide that so it's in 6 months. I need to divide that by 6. I'm not going to do the math in my head, but you get what I'm saying. Each month I would put that amount of money away for this trip so I can have that saved by a specific due date. But by me putting in a certain amount of money this time around, that will then lower the monthly payments. I guess you can kind of think of it like a loan. I know loans are not the best thing and you don't want loans, but if that's how you can kind of think of it, that's the best way to think of it. I don't know why my brain works like this, but for me, if I consider it a loan, like I'm paying back, each monthly payment I can make lower by doing this method. So that's kind of what I'm gonna try to do. And you'll see each month moving forward, I might do like adding some, like this extra money I might put towards something to make that monthly payment go down, and kind of do it in that way, if that makes sense. But anyways, what I want to save for the 6-month trip is I'm going to actually take out about, let's say $300. Again, this is all extra money. It's almost like free money. So I don't really need to think of it as like a paycheck where I have to really put it towards stuff. And again, I just moved home, so this is kind of like fun money. Again, it's going to be more serious later, but for right now, this is kind of how I want to start my budgeting journey back in America. So you can do it differently. I don't care how you do it. This is how I'm doing it. Don't judge. You can judge actually, but this is just how I'm going to do it. So even if you judge, I don't care. Go ahead, judge. But I'm going to put $300 towards that. And that leaves me at $200. And like I said, I'm kind of combining these and having like equal amounts in each month. So I'm just going to divide that by 2. And that leaves me with 100 and 100. And I forgot to do the dollar signs. Woo, okay. So as you can see here, this will be equal to 878. Because I'm a little tired, I'm not going to check it right now. If you do in the future, just let me know and I will. Normally, like I said, I can't do 2 things at once. So I'm already tired from jet lag and traveling. If I was trying to talk, make a video, and add numbers on my calculator, I don't guarantee it would be accurate. But just so you know, this is kind of how I will budget. And this is kind of the start. So welcome. And hopefully moving forward, the videos will be a lot more coherent and I will be a lot more awake and more logical when speaking. But for now, what is on my to-do list is I'm actually gonna probably start making my online budgeting. What I like to do is I like to make my own spreadsheet and put all of that towards that. So every time I make a purchase, I'm able to just update it on my spreadsheet because I have that on my phone. But for now, I'm just gonna probably put this into my, once I make the online budget, I'm going to put this into my online budget and start budgeting and hopefully get that finished by the next video. So maybe I can show you that next video. Also, I'm probably going to start, I'm going to put stars here. Star. I didn't mean to do a star here. Oh no. We're just going to erase that, pretend. I know what I need to say for, so when I'm doing this myself, I'll know, but for the video, I'm just gonna erase it. 6-month trip, that's what I needed to do a star by. So over here, I have this. So what I'm probably gonna do next is I'm probably gonna add up how much I want to save by the deadline, and I'll separate that per month. As with the joint account, I have to pay that every month as well as the loan, so I'm gonna have that more detailed next video, hopefully, as well as next video, because I will already have money set aside in my sinking funds. I'm going to then be able to add to my sinking funds and you'll be able to see it grow. And hopefully I'll be able to update and close out my monthly budgeting and then moving that towards my sinking funds. But for now, this is kind of on a shorter side of a video. Maybe, I don't actually know how long it is, but this is pretty much the start. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. And welcome if you're new. Hello to my new 7 subscribers, because I was one of my subscribers, so that's why I said hello to my 7. But anyways, I'm so thankful for everybody, and I hope you stay for the ride. And we'll see how this progresses as the days, weeks, years, months pass by. Anyways, I'm never good at finishing videos, so I'm just gonna say bye.